What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Transform and Rollout video for our Kingdom Dinobot figure. Sorry, I was just watching a stream of a couple friends of mine. So, let's go ahead and strip him of his weapon. And you take the sword and you're going to stick it up his tail. It is what it is. You can see there it's definitely slotted so that you can do that number. I kind of feel like if they removed the tab handle so that you can do the thrusting forward thing. Also, by the way, I didn't really cover it, I guess. Maybe I did. You can totally do that as an offensive thing. But you can't hold it this way, which would be silly. Let's just be honest here. Tab it all together, looks good. And you always want the tail to be curving upward, although there is a slight tab right there. So, he's slightly more complex than other things I've done recently, so it's kind of a thing. So I'm going to start out with tucking away the heels, like so, which are fairly stiff, if I'm honest with you. And the legs, I don't know exactly what all to do with them. So I did this first video. If you guys don't know, I do out-the-box reviews and reactions for my Patreoneers. So I actually checked this guy out for the first time over on the Patreon and actually had to determine how to transform him the fun way, as it were. Okay, so his knees want to go this way, and you want the legs to sort of be together like that. Just do what you got to do to balance those. It's not 100% at the moment. And then you want those toes to kind of be up like that. You're going to have a thing that'll tab between those eventually. So I'm going to come to the arms, come up under here, and you've got the dino arms tabbed up under there. So we want to come up in here, pull that out like so, and now you got a little bit of a cavity there. And you want to pull this whole section up, and then bring the arm itself, the dino arm, dino leg, bot arm, through the hole. Oh, I'm having a difficulty here. Okay, rotate the arm down. There we go. Maybe that was a little cleaner. Something about it is dumb. What am I hanging up on? Oh. Why am I hanging up on that? Maybe... Am I stupid? I'm stupid, aren't I? You're not supposed to pass that through there. Ignore everything I just said. So, you want to turn this into a thigh for him. And which way will it go? I think it goes this way. Hold on. Get that settled. Get all that tab together. Either way, like I said, I've only done this. I've only transformed him to dino mode once. So we get all of that sort of finagled. Go ahead and bring this back up. Like so. Maybe I've got the shoulder backwards. Maybe it needs to be like this. I have the instructions right here, by the way. I'm just being stubborn. Okay. So, what we're trying to do here is build a thigh that works. And that either works or it doesn't. I'm not sure. Okay. So, where am I at? Oh, okay. Dino head, robot head need to separate. And then you'll have this guy. Okay. Oh, yeah. Forgot where this was tabbed in. I was like, this guy is tabbed back here. And then you can turn the robot head around. Bring this all the way back up. All that will come untabbed. You've got this nice little ridge line. And then you've got a big old tab that will go right into there. And then now you've got all this robot body that wants to come down to here. Sort of. Get the dino arms up and out the way. Straighten out the dino head. And then you're also going to rotate at the original hips so that you get the lizard chest facing outward. Now, this is one of the more awkward things that you have to get all of this tucked up inside here. And yeah, his Dinobot head is sort of there. Let me flip that around. I think I wasn't supposed to rotate it. I'm wrong. Always willing to admit that I'm wrong when I do things. There we go. That's a little bit better. All right. So one thing that I had a lot of trouble with was figuring out how these tucked away and then what to do with these feet. So most of this I figured out on my own by context clues, like you've got slots and tabs. So actually getting these arranged here was super important. So you get the legs totally tucked up in there. And look, that already tabbed itself in. So that was good. Now the thing I'm having problems with here is these thigh covers. I don't know what that noise just was. I feel like I've got the dino leg has to go this way, right? Which way am I looking at it? Yeah, so the hollowness goes inside. So the ankle goes that way, and you have the knee/elbow there. Now, the part I'm confused about is whether or not the shoulder piece needs to go in like that or the other way. And the part I'm having a problem with is the fact that when I close it down, these new thigh covers here split open, which leads me to believe that something isn't right. So let me rotate this back around, because the problem is that you got too many rotation joints. So you always have that joint. So maybe that was the catalyst. Yep, that was definitely the problem. Okay. So we fold up the thighs. We fold all these guys up into here. And then another thing you need to do, so we've got this orange piece here with these little cutouts right there. So the ankle and toes need to go up here and tab in. This was one thing I could not figure out. Also, why wouldn't they have you turn that around? Like, why wouldn't they design this to spin around to plug in place so that you get all dino flesh, so to speak, to cover up that instead of leaving all this stuff exposed? Okay, let's see, that's correct. So I'm going to bring the arm leg down. Rotate so that the thigh is facing the right direction. Rotate the foot so it's facing the right direction for anatomical sense, I guess. Yeah, that makes sense. The only thing that makes sense realistically. And then once again, we want to close down the thigh armor as best we can. Close them up like that. Go ahead and fix up these front claws. Untab everybody like so. Grab your tail, and it'll only plug in the one way with a little slot facing down like that. And now we have our big turkey ready to go. Now, I'm still having problems with especially this side, so something might not be 100% lined up. But you also get a bit of a wonky thing here where his feet are kind of together like that, and it just looks dumb. So you got to utilize the knees a little bit, tilt the head a little bit, and you're sort of good to go. You can bring the legs out so you don't have to tuck them up completely. Get a little bit of space there and there. So I think the biggest problem here is just how these combine. It's just not a good way to engineer it. It is what it is. So rotate everybody accordingly, and you do get exposed all the robot bits, so that sucks. But that's going to be it for this T.A.R.O video, guys. A little bit longer than necessary, but I stumbled a little bit, and you guys should always forgive me for that. But there's our Dinobot in his dino mode, as it were. So he maximized or terrorized, whichever way, because, right now he's a Predacon, but I didn't even realize, I don't think there's any emblems on him whatsoever, but that's cool. So remember, as always, guys, to transform and roll out and go check out the main review. Actually, it just sort of runs away. It's not great. Let's just be honest. Just Scoochy McScoocherson here. Just kind of schwa.